As a photographer and motion picture artist, Gerard Victor has stamped his name in the metropolitan entertainment scene by engraving his signature creative style in the music and editing realm of the arts. This young talent only began his journey a few years ago, by default only to have the opportunity to work with national and international recording artists, directors, and photographers. His background in marketing and music production makes for a polished post-production project. Thank you for joining us, Gerard.
Thank you for having me, Lauren.
Longtime fan of yours.
Oh, thank you. It means a lot.
So define, I guess, your talent and what does it mean to you?
My talent, even though I'm labeled as a director, I believe that I'm like a creator of everything that you see. It's like I'm a very visual person, and it's like I wear many hats when I'm doing stuff where I shoot, edit, and direct all at the same time, because it's like nobody sees it the way you see it, you know?
Right.
So, yeah.
Okay, so tell us about some of the fun projects you worked on.
Yeah, I've worked on a lot of fun projects. I wouldn't say that there wasn't one project that I didn't have fun on, so I can't really name one's better than the other. I mean, but hanging off a rooftop, that's cool, and then doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff like hanging out of a car is cool as well, too. Yeah. Like, real dangerous stuff is really fun.
So this is your way of getting that adrenaline rush.
Yeah, it's nothing like I don't know, because you create your own whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
So how long have you been working in this field?
In this field, as far as video, I've been doing video since, by accident, December '08, so about 2.5 years. But photography, I've played around with photography ever since I had a little digital camera when I was a little kid, when we went on like family trips. But professionally, doing photography for about 5 years. 5 years,
and so a friend of yours kind of helped you realize this is what your passion is, or how did that happen?
This is like a little side story. My background, I used to have a music studio, like a home recording studio, and one of my good friends, Terrence Boyd, AKA from high school, he's a producer, and he brought over this guy named Octane to record at the studio. That person, Octane, came over, rapped, and I was like, wow, you are really, really good. Do you have a CD? He's like, yeah, I got a CD. It was Octane and Elite, and it was called The Forgotten Chosen. I got the CD, I listened to it, and I fell in love with it. And when I fell in love with it, I was like, man, this music is so good. I Googled it online, couldn't find any pictures, couldn't find any video, and I took it on, like back then when I first got the music, that was a passion project. I believed in these guys. So I became their photographer. That's what opened me up into photography. And then in December, my little brother got a HD camera, and I borrowed it, and I stole it, and I shot my first music video. And then ever since then, people have been asking. So, and luckily, Octane is the guy, Spit, that owns Porn Rubber. So kind of get that all.
So it just all came together.
And this is before he owned the store, so it was like I believed in him since day one. So.
And I know he's probably very grateful and giving all of his friends, celebrity friends, the go-to to go to you. Because actually, I was told to go to you as well. You're very well known here in Michigan. How has being, I guess, a native Michigander influenced your art?
Well, I'm not originally from Michigan. I was born in the Philippines. I moved here when I was 2, but I've been in Michigan the rest of my life. I mean, not the rest of my life, but for a majority of it. So, I mean, Michigan, there's no other place like Michigan. I've been all over the country.
And so, I mean, you've dabbled in everything, but you're so good at everything you do. What are your goals, like short-term goals, long-term goals?
Oh my gosh. Actually, my short-term goal, by the end of this year, I do want to get signed to like a production house or actually have representation, so I could get those national and international other artists. Like I want to be the Joseph Kahn or Rick Cordero or Hype Williams of Detroit. But my long-term goal, I want to actually do my own production company. I want to actually seek out other talent, not only from Michigan, but other states, because there's a lot of talented people. Yeah. It's like, even though I do get recognition, I know that there's 50, 100 other people that are just as dope, you know? And I want to give them the opportunity too, because it's like, there's so much talent everywhere.
That's true. And besides Roe, have you worked with other well-known artists?
Oh, I hate this question.
Why do you hate the question?
Oh, because it's like, it's not the people. It's like, I mean, they're normal people to me. It's like, I don't want to say their names, but I mean,
you gotta say them.
I gotta.
Yeah.
Royce the 5'9", Alzai from Slum Village, Black Milk, Joe Buttons, Roe, Obi Trice. Ugh.
The list goes on.
I don't know.
I think you should. I mean, that's a question that you probably shouldn't hate so much. It just shows that you're good at what you do, and people of a higher, I guess, caliber or whatever that are well known and respected respect your work. So it's not something to be so modest about.
All right, well, I did do stuff for Lupe Fiasco and Wiz Khalifa, but whatever.
But I like that you're humble, and besides being humble, I mean, what do you want your viewers the people who view your finished product, what do you want them to gain from your work?
It's like whenever you see a GerardVictor.com video, I want to let you leave with the feeling that what you saw is what I tried to portray. So that experience is what you experienced through my eyes.
Wonderful. And so when you're, hanging from trees and cars and running crazy, what's going through your head? Like, what's going through your head when you're doing all that?
Anything for the shot. And that's always been my motto. It's like, if I see it and I could attain it, I'm going to try my hardest to attain it, no matter what it's cost, by any means.
So now I'm going to ask you an example of something.
Like, we were doing this one shoot, and they're like, where's Gerard? And all of a sudden, like, you see me run up the scaffolding, and I'm on top of a building, and they're like, why are you up there? I was like, you don't understand. This shot would be perfect. Like and then when we put it in a post and everything, they're like, wow, that was. I was
so
like,
how do you see it though? Like, how do you see something that we can't see? Like, how do you know that it's going to be a good shot?
I don't know. It's weird. It's like I know what I like and I know what looks good. It's like I'm a very aesthetic person. It's like if it doesn't look good to me, then it probably isn't. That sounds so bold.
But hey,
oops.
It's okay. Huh? And it's true. We see your work and we see that you definitely know what you're doing, and it kind of just seems like something that's natural for you. Have you had any training?
It was weird because it's like I went to Wayne State for marketing, and this was actually the last thing on my mind, doing music videos. It's like even though I watched making the music videos when on MTV, I was like, oh, that's cool, that'd be cool. But I always loved music. That's why my background was to do music. Don't Google it. But I was a DJ too. But I don't know, music has always been my love. And knowing that I wake up and create a visual to that music, that is the craziest thing, because I still don't believe it. I feel like I'm living a dream.
Sounds like you are.
I know. It doesn't
in
make
your
sense.
dream, who would you like to work with? I know you're not really into names like that, but who do you respect?
There's not one specific artist. I think I would love to work with everybody.
Anybody?
Everybody. I would. Drew Hill. Drew Hill. No joke. I love Drew Hill.
Why Drew Hill? Cisco?
It doesn't matter. I love R&B music.
Okay.
I don't know. We should probably edit that out.
No, we're keeping that.
No.
Maybe they'll see it and they'll, call you up.
Tell me.
I knew you were gonna break out in the song.
Right?
How did I know?
This girl.
This guy. So, when you were growing up, your family, you're from the Philippines. How did they feel about, I guess, you taking this transition to the arts as opposed to marketing?
They're still battling me about that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you got to get that little piece of paper. Whoever says you're not going to be hot tomorrow or whatever. But no, the thing about my family is they were always supportive of no matter what I did. Like with all the ventures, it's like I've had always support. It's like even if they didn't truly think it was the right thing, I mean, I always got 100% from them. So that's better than anything I ever asked for.
Wonderful. And do you credit anyone else for your?
Oh my gosh, there's so many people. It's like this past year, my right-hand man, Mateo Moore, he's been on like 99.9% of everything that I've done in the past year. Adrienne Williams, everything. She's an amazing producer, co-director on like the bigger projects that I worked on. Everything that you've probably seen that you guys like, she was probably part of.
Wow, and she's from Michigan too?
Yeah, she's from Michigan too.
So where do you see Michigan in you know, with the film industry and everything like that kind of coming here and hopefully staying here, where do you see Michigan?
I think Michigan has a lot of potential. It's like Detroit is such a beautiful city, and we don't utilize it to the best. And knowing the fact that not only the tax incentive and all that other stuff, we get to shoot here, but it also generates jobs. And I think that's cool. It's really cool. I need to get that money though.
So you plan on staying here then?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind having a couple houses other places, but yeah, only Michigan you could snow in the summer, spring. So.
And it's snowing outside right now.
Is it snowing really?
No.
Oh, I was about to
But
say.
you wouldn't be surprised.
I wasn't surprised.
Okay.
I just came back from New York and I was like, whoa, snow, really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Well, is there any one thing, I guess, that your path is a little different? It's not like something that you were just born with, like, I want to do this. You know what I mean? Like so is there anything that you can tell maybe someone who might be thinking of going into this crazy industry and has a different background? Like, what would you tell them? What advice would you give them?
My advice to get into this, make sure it's like whatever you do, you have to have passion behind it. Like right now where I'm at is the transition from taking it from a passion and turning it into a business. Because that's the real hard part, is because you even though it's everything that you do is creative, and that's how originally I got into it, but as far as creating it in a business, it's weird. It's like because there's you just have to know your business.
Yeah.
It's like because not only is like you're working with artists that I luckily actually like the music. There's also you get hired to do stuff that you're not really passionate about, and you got to try to figure out that fine line.
So true. And so do you think your marketing experience has helped?
Oh, you know, I haven't implemented it. It's like I still don't have business cards. It's the craziest thing.
What?
I don't.
So it's all word of mouth. That's amazing.
I don't know.
I think that's pretty good, but you should probably.
I do need business cards. Matt's been telling me for the last year to get business cards. So.
And that's Mateo, right?
Yeah, Mateo.
Yeah, he's here. We saw him running around filming you as well.
Come over here.
And he's doing a really good job. And you guys are basically partners, right? You were saying.
My right-hand man.
It's your right-hand man.
You make sure that I get to set on time and make sure that I just get it done.
Wow. So the past, I guess, what, maybe month or so, how many artists have you worked with, or how many projects have you done?
Can't even, probably at least 12.
12?
I think, I don't know.
So what about your demo reel?
What about it?
It's wonderful.
Oh, don't say that.
Come on, talk about it a little bit.
It's just, I don't know, it's just, I don't even know how to explain it. My demo reel is just everything that I did past year. Back
Past
in 2000.
year?
Yeah, 2010.
Oh yeah, because you just started.
Yeah. So, I mean, I shot about 60 music videos last year, and I think only 10 or 15 are on that demo reel.
Like, do you ever sleep?
Yeah, I do sleep. I sleep good, kind of, sometimes. Yeah, but I sleep.
Okay.
You gotta find a fine balance, and that's the thing.
And where can we see the reel? Because you know they gotta go look at it.
GerardVictor.com.
GerardVictor.com. And thank you for watching. And I would also like to thank our other guests, Ben Sharkey and Dr. Sean Nethercott, for joining us today. I'm Lauren Turner, and this is Metro Art.